All right, this is such a random location. Also, I'm in the middle of this city, so it's kind of noisy. So I might have to like scream out. I love this washing machine. Welcome back to my channel, guys. For once, I've got my glasses on because I don't need like my ring light to be on, and I don't have that glare. So I actually live my life with glasses. Whenever I put them on, people are like, "You've got your glasses on." I'm like, I always have my glasses on except when I take photos and videos. So this video, yeah, the title, I can't go to rehab, I think I would just kind of want to explain that. This is a very honest video. The reason why it's taken me so long to even post a video is because of this addiction topic. I got super sober from April all the way until I went to Finland in August, and I was fucking great. I was so good at being sober. I was really proud of myself, but what motivated me to get sober was going to Finland and using that money for my trip, you know what I mean? So that's what really motivated me. Another time I went sober for a few months was right before my breast augmentation, and that was because I needed to, like, you know, I needed to be healthy for my body to handle a random object being put into my fucking titties, you know, and my udders. Also, when I left my apartment, I realized that my shirt's inside out, but it's fashion sweaty, look it up. I have been going on holiday because I cannot go to rehab because I fear the stigma that rehab holds, even like it being on my record. And it's like, I want to be going to therapy, going to all these things, but it doesn't look okay. We're not at the place yet in the world where rehab is socially acceptable, because every person in the world has had to deal with some type of addiction issue. Being in a toxic relationship is an addiction. Nobody wants to be in a toxic relationship, but you're addicted to the highs and lows this person gives you, you know what I mean? We've all had some form of addiction. People eat meat, that's an addiction. Sugar, that's an addiction. Coffee, that's an addiction. Addiction is everywhere, and obviously I am not ready to talk about what I'm addicted to, and it's not a hard drug. It's not a hard drug at all, guys. It's something that probably all of you guys have done before, you know, but to me it's like I want to be sober. Like, that's important for me. And I see, oh my god, I realized that there's a hole in my pants. I forgot. So I do want to talk about this rat experiment that I've mentioned before on my channel a few times, talking about addiction, but this is super relevant. So these scientists, they put this rat in a cage and they gave it drug water and regular water. This rat was so bored in this cage doing nothing. All it did was drink drug water because it was so bored. But you put the same rat into a different cage with other rats that are happy. You give it some swings, you give it some slides. The exact same rat, stops drinking the drug water and only drinks regular water. And this teaches us that you need to change your environment for you to let go and rid of all these addictions. Addiction doesn't really exist if your environment is perfect. You know what I mean? That is why I've been going on a lot of random retreats and holidays over the last few years. I've been randomly even just going to an Airbnb an hour or 2 hours away for a few days. And this is my way of like going to rehab, changing my environment. When I come back home, things are different. I have a different mindset. I'm out of that habit. I've already sobered up for those few days or whatever. Much easier to get sober and to like rid yourself from addiction when you're not in the same place where you've had those habits. So for example, if I'm at home doing a drug all the fucking time, let's say I'm at home and I'm smoking cigarettes all the time, whenever I come home from work, I'm gonna want to have a cigarette. You know, obviously, like in my apartment, I don't have a balcony, so I don't smoke as many cigarettes. Yes, I've slipped up on my cigarettes. Don't want to talk about it. I had just one yesterday, and then I had one the day before. Like, it's not that bad. It's not as horrible as like other people, but to me, I want to be a perfect person. I'm a Virgo moon, you know what I mean? I need to be perfect. I need to rid myself from all these addictions. But anyways, like for example, in my old house, I had a smoking area at the backyard. So the backyard was really nice, really chill, and then those ashtrays, cigarettes, like all these like cigarette paraphernalia, like papers and all this stuff. So every time I went to the backyard just to have some fresh air, I wanted to have a cigarette. I needed to change that backyard. I needed to change that environment. So I fucking changed up the whole backyard. Honestly, it worked for a little bit, and then after that, I got into the habit of it again. And what really helps is like changing and moving. I moved to go stay with my mom during COVID, and that was when I was saving up for my breast augmentation. Obviously for my breast augmentation I had to quit cigarettes fully because you cannot like finish getting your fucking udders done and then be smoking cigarettes. It's just not good for your health, and I didn't want to go through the withdrawal of quitting cigarettes while healing from my augmentation, so I quit cigarettes many months before that, like totally, like absolutely totally, not just like, oh, when I'm out with my friends, like totally. But yeah, what really helped was moving to my mom. I didn't even have a place for my cigarettes. It was COVID time, so we weren't even like going out or anything, so I wasn't around cigarette smokers that would tempt me to smoke. Obviously, like being around like the police, they were like, hi sister. It's so difficult to quit an addiction when other people around you still have that addiction. It's practically impossible. I'm super lucky that like my housemate is a huge rock in my life, and she was addicted to what I was addicted to, and she got cold turkey sober, and she is such an inspiration in my life. It's so inspiring to have someone like that in my life because she was in the same path that I was going through, and she got herself out of it, and so did I as well. This was in April where we fully like went like sober, you know? So really the reason why I'm making this video is that I want to tell you guys that the next videos that are coming up are out of order. They don't make any sense. I am alluding to what's going on in my life in this video, and then maybe some of the pieces will come together in the other videos that I upload, but city life. But yeah, I do want to, you know, say that everything might be a little bit confusing upload wise, and I will try to kind of explain it in the start of the videos and be like, oh, I filmed this then, I filmed this then, because sobriety is not a linear path at all. I think we all know that. All of us are starting to know that sobriety is up and down. Literally, I quit cigarettes cold turkey for 2 years. Remember when I made that video about quitting cigarettes? I was done. I didn't even have one puff. When someone would ask me here, you know, when I go through moments of quitting cigarettes, when I go out clubbing, I'll still have some. You know what I mean? That's not going cold turkey, but I remember going cold turkey for like 2 years, and it was great. I remember being like, this is easy, this is fun, and I'm starting to relate to the saying, once an addict, always an addict. I wish I could fucking slap my 15-year-old self. The first drug I ever did was ketamine. I wish I could slap myself when I was 15 and be like, don't even touch this shit. Don't touch any of this shit. You know what I mean? I wish I had never even had a taste of drugs. You know what I mean? That's the sad truth about it, is that I can't go back in time, but you know what? This makes me stronger. You know, having a kind of weakness, a kryptonite to something, and then choosing not to let that dictate your life is strength. That is so much power. My dad is like he's like 15, 16 years, stone cold sober, no cigarettes, no alcohol, and he's also a huge inspiration in my life. And it was amazing because he was drinking alcohol when I was young, and as soon as I moved to my dad after being homeless and going through a really traumatic experience and moving to my dad, he went full on sober, which I think was beautiful. It was almost like he didn't want to add extra stress on top of us, and on top of that we were expecting a new sibling, my baby brother Rolf. Love him. And it was just really good because maybe his actual environment didn't change, but like there was new people coming into, me and my brother moved in with my dad. It changes the environment. So changing your environment is so important when you were trying to change your habits up, and it's so much easier said than done. But I do want to explain, because I don't want people to think that like I am out here going on these lavish holidays. They're not lavish whatsoever. I am so good at finding cheap hotels, getting upgrades. I got upgraded for free. I just came back from Bali, by the way, and I got upgraded to a hotel for free. I got upgraded free breakfast, a better room, like everything, like a pool and all that stuff, and I got upgraded so that next time I go visit, I have a free 1 week stay in Bali. So if someone's going to Bali and they need to stay somewhere for a week, I've got a free 1 week voucher, guys. Okay, I realized I didn't finish my sentence, but what I was trying to say is that like I don't want you guys thinking that I'm going on these lavish holidays because I'm trying to like spoil myself and all that shit and waste all my money. In reality, it's like I know that I have slips. Like I'm sober right now. I've been 2 weeks sober. I feel like I'm going to be good for a while. Really, my slip up was just the month of October. and it was just, you know, for a month, and before that it was like from January all the way to April. So I relapsed January all the way to April, April to August sober, August to October was like pretty much sober, just like occasionally, and then October was like back to my regular addiction, which is why I really needed to get myself out of that situation where I was just like in this constant loop, in this constant cycle that was just not helping me out, and it was really hard for me to get out of it. And the videos I will make in the future will be talking about why it's so hard for me to consistently stay sober. But guys, there's nothing that you guys should be worried about. Like, I'm fine. I'm not addicted to hard drugs or anything. I don't even drink alcohol. Like, I'm good. I'm healthy. I'm still, you know, eating well and all that stuff. It's nothing that anyone should be concerned about. But I do want to make this video because I have had people be like, oh my god, like, why are you like going on all these holidays and stuff? Like, I get it. I've taken like 16 flights this year. It is also to do with like when I do have moments where I feel like I want to relapse. Sometimes the best thing to do is just change my mindset by getting out of my environment, and sometimes being at home and being locked up at home and being a homebody does like affect me, and I do need to like get myself out there and force myself to go out there and like explore and that stuff, and it kind of like gives me a new mindset. So coming back from Bali has really helped me, and it sucks because like some people will think that I'm just like out there spending all this money when it's like it really is for my mental health, and it really is like a therapy kind of thing. Like, especially going back to Asia, that Asia really helps me. Like, I can go on these Airbnbs around, you know, my area, around my city, but it doesn't help as much as it does going to a country that I feel at home at. You know, my stepmom's Indonesian. Yeah, like in an ideal world, rehab would be affordable and like socially acceptable. Like, I wish I could just walk in somewhere and be like, yo, I need to get out of my house and not think about like all this stuff, and I just need a few days just to get out of my head and reset myself. And it's just, we're not at the point where it is socially acceptable. It's kind of like, oh my god, like, you've gone to rehab, do I really want to hire that person? Do I really want that person to be my housemate? Do I really want that person to be my partner? Like, do I really want that person to be my friend? And that is such a damaging stigma. I think rehab and going to rehab should be seen as strength, to be like, wow, like, you had the strength to realize that you need some help, you know. And I definitely am not at the point where like I have to go and I need to go to rehab. I definitely don't. It's more like I want to, like, I want to get sober. I am sober right now, but I mean, like, I wish it was more socially acceptable. Anyone who is struggling, please message me. I've started a group chat on Instagram with all the sunflowers. We have about 100 members on this group chat, and we talk every single day, catching up. And I feel like I could really keep to stay sober because I've got back from my holiday. I have no intention on relapsing. I'm eating healthier. I had 1 cigarette yesterday. That's a big thing, okay? I used to have 3 every day. I feel like being on this group chat makes me feel like if I feel like I want to relapse, I have people who are there. There's 100 people there on that group chat. There's gonna be 1 person to reach out to you. There's gonna be 1 person to reach out to me. And if you want to join this group chat, please put your Instagram username down below, because I will add you. It's seriously been one of the best things that has happened to me, reconnecting with you guys, and it really makes me want to just keep making videos because, like, it really shows me that you guys are still here for me. I literally thought everyone abandoned me, but thank you guys for staying here. Thank you for watching me go through this journey. And you know what? It doesn't even have to be 2 nights or something. I usually do 2 nights at an Airbnb somewhere else. It doesn't even have to be that. Go sleep at your friend's house for a night. Wake up in the morning and spend the whole day out in the national park and then come back later. You know, like that kind of stuff. Rearrange your room. Change where your bed is. Change everything up. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to get at, okay? Like, nothing will change if you are not changing anything. That's what I'm trying to say. I am gonna check out right now because I've pretty much been yelling at this camera this whole time. And I'm really glad no one has, like, passed by. Really do take care, everyone. And I do also want to quickly say, you guys have helped me more than... I we'll get emotional, has helped me more than anyone else in this world. So the reason why I'm happy, the reason why I'm smiling, the reason why I can go on holidays and not have to pay to go to rehab is because of you guys. So thank you so much. I love you all so much. I want to eat the camera, but someone's looking at me. Okay, bye.